Hey, what's happening, nation? It's Joku. It's the Raiders recap. We're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to break out down this Miami game. I really want to hear from you guys and get your takes on it. But at the end of the day, we are 3-0. We are first place in this division. Kansas City's last place in this division, and we are kicking ass. Derek Carr looks like a fucking man on fire. This defense is out of control. I understand they gave up a few plays that last game, but I'm okay with that because we're looking pretty damn good. And this offense is literally just clicking on all cylinders. I'm jacked to shit right now. I really think we can make a run. If we can get through this Chargers game, I really think we could end up getting like maybe 6-0. Like, I'm serious about that. I really think we can make it to 6-0. But we just got to take it one game at a time. But tonight, we're just going to break down that Miami game. So make sure you guys hit me up. I really want to hear from you and see how you guys are feeling about it. I got the comments going. I'm going to see if it's working on the screen. I tried a different setup tonight. Not too sure what's happening with it. Either way, we're just going to keep rolling with this. I can see what you guys are saying out there right now. So let's not waste too much time. Before we do jump into it, we cut Regis today, which really kind of pissed me off. I'm not going to lie about that. I don't understand why we never gave this kid a real opportunity. He's going to end up clearing waivers, then he's going to end up coming back onto the roster, just as far as being back on the practice squad. Because Jalen Richard should hopefully be back in the mix next week. I was kind of torn on that because I really do like Jalen Richard, but I really wanted Regis to have a shot. I understand Jalen Richard's the better option, like overall. And I'm going to have to eat crow on this one a little bit, but Peyton Barber came out and played a hell of a game, and I was not expecting that. So, all right, now let's go ahead and jump into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Then I'll start hitting up your guys' comments, just rolling through this. I will tell you guys right now, starting with the ugly, Andre James. It sucks to say because I've backed this kid for so long. He is struggling. He got ran over a few times in this game, and I'm really hoping he can settle in. I know he's filling some big shoes, but he has to put all that shit behind him and just buckle down and just start playing football. It seemed like through the preseason he was making the right calls. It seemed like he was right on track. I don't know if losing incognito on one side and then losing good on the other is just kind of screwed with his head, that he doesn't have the help and the protection that he needs. I know a lot of you guys are out there calling for Martin to come in and be the starting center. I don't know what the answer to that is. I know Richie, from everything I've read, is probably going to be out for a few more weeks. Good's not coming back. He's going to have to step up. He's either going to have to step up or get replaced. There is no way around that. The other thing that was pretty ugly that I saw, and I hate to say it because I've talked this kid up so much too, Damon Arnett just seems like he is not completely up to speed with what is happening. I am completely willing at this point to take a shot at some other cornerback. I understand that there's limited options that we do have on this roster right now, but I think it's time. I think it's time. If you're going to have that third cornerback, go ahead and let it be, man. Dude, it's killing me. I want to see some action out of these guys. When you have Hayward and Mullen playing at such a high level, it's killing me, dude. You got to get that kid out there. You have to get him on the field instead of Arnett and just see how he does, because I really think he can end up hanging with the punches, and I think he'd honestly be a better option. I know he's a little bit smaller, but I think they pretty much have the same speed, but I think he would be a good addition to this defense right now, and just kind of let Arnett move to that fourth cornerback spot and see if he can kind of figure something out. That's really all I saw that was like the truly ugly. So if you guys saw something else, definitely let me know. And then as far as the bad goes, it kind of seemed like they were talking about it on the Pillagey podcast last night. They summoned the ghost of Paul Gunther on those fourth downs. Giving up a 4th and 20 is bullshit. Like, that hurt. And giving up that other fourth, I think it was like 4th and 8. They ended up converting on fourth downs. I want to say they had 3 or 4 conversions on fourth down. Dude, you cannot be giving that up. Not with the defense that we do have, and I understand this defense played incredibly well, but you cannot give up 4th and 20 in the fucking end of the game. That shit could not happen. So, I don't know. That's kind of just the bad that I had. I think everything else wasn't like bad. It was just kind of misunderstandings or just kind of shit like that. So, and then jumping into the good, like I said, dude, Peyton Barber played a hell of a game. You cannot take anything away from that dude. I was not expecting that to happen at all. He was running hard. He did have that fumble that Ingle ended up saving his ass on because it just kind of fell back right into his hands. But besides that, he was running damn good. 23 carries, 111 yards. He had a 5-yard average. Ended up getting into the house on that dive over the pile for us. Looked a little bit Josh Jacobs reminiscent. But getting rid of Regis and then having Richard come back, it's really not looking good that Josh Jacobs is going to be back on the field for us anytime soon. So that kind of sucked. Kenyon Drake stayed pretty involved. He ended up having 8 catches, or he had 8 rushes for 24 yards, nothing spectacular. It was only a 3-yard average. I was really hoping he was going to be more involved in the running game. I don't know if people don't realize this or not, because I heard a lot of different shows talking about it after the game. Fucking Kenyon Drake was a 1,000-yard back last season. Him and Josh Jacobs pretty much had identical seasons last year. I don't understand why he's not getting more of these carries and Barber's getting them, just for the simple fact that they were both 1,000 yards back. We paid him the money to be that number 2 back, not to be the guy that comes on. I mean, he had 3 catches. 3 catches. He had 10 touches in that game. I don't know. I just want to see him get more involved in the running game, especially while Josh Jacobs is out. I understand we're using him more of a receiver, and I understand in like different packages that we were drawing up through the offseason, we'd have him lined up and then just kind of motioning out into that slot spot, which was looking pretty damn good. But at the same time, give that dude some more carries, man. I really want to see him kind of have like a revenge game against Miami and be like, this is what you get for cutting my ass. And then read an article today on the Raiders, just the Raiders page, talking about Edwards and Ruggs just really coming together and being like an elite duo in the NFL as far as these receiving group goes. I no shit think they can do it. We both have had high hopes for Ruggs and Edwards. Edwards, it seems like the more you get him involved in the game, the better and better that he plays. And then Ruggs, I am happy as shit to see that he is starting to catch the ball, like going up over cornerbacks, catching the ball, getting these little out routes, making these little slants across the middle. That's the kind of shit where we need to get him involved, because that really keeps the defense honest. And when Ruggs is able to do that, it completely, you saw it, frees up a dude like Renfro to catch that 5-yard slant, turn it upfield for 3 yards and bust his ass into the end zone. It frees up a guy like Waller to be able to just kind of work the middle of the field, but at the same time to be able to work just like a corner route when you have like Edwards cutting across the field, because that safety has to bite on somebody and it's going to leave somebody wide open. I'm so happy with the way this offense is looking. And the fact that Peyton Barber was able to come in and give us 100 rushing yards, it really made us two-dimensional on the offensive side of the ball, which was awesome to see, because it opened up the passing game. And we knew and Gruden knew, that you had to be able to run the ball against this team in order for us to be able to really kind of open it up for Carr. And Carr fucking went off, dude. I understand his percentages weren't great. He was 26 for 43, but 386 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had that pick 6 to start off the game. And I meant to put that in the bad. I will tell you right now, this offense came out a little bit flat. And when Carr threw that pick 6 in the first quarter, and then they got the ball back, and then they scored again, it was 14-0. We were down. For the past maybe 5 to 6 years of this team, there was zero chance we were coming back in that game. When you get the momentum sucked out of you like that, all of a sudden it's pretty much, all right, I'm completely screwed. And then Carr or Gruden would just kind of run the clock out, and then the game would end. We did not. We fought back. We continued to fight in this game. We stayed with that shit. Brought it all the way back to overtime, which kind of pissed me off, because I said it before in that Keys to Victory video. I was like, if Jacoby Brissett takes us to fucking overtime or takes us down to a last-second kick, then this game is kind of a failure, just because we should have kicked the shit out of this team. In all honesty, they didn't have their starting quarterback. And there's people out there that are still kind of doubting us because the teams that we have played have been banged up. Just let that kind of shit just roll off your back. Because I will tell you right now, as long as Carr is the number 1 quarterback in the league and like setting records as far as coming in and being able to knock off three playoff teams from last year in the first 3 games, and being the number 1 quarterback in the league, and being number 4 in passing yards, and the history of the first 3 games of football, and then he has the record. Dude, he was breaking all sorts of fucking records. I just want to see this continue on. I don't think there's going to be any changes in it. I'm really loving this, man. I really am. So that's pretty much what I have for the good, the bad, and the ugly. I know it was pretty quick. I was just still super excited about this game, and I really just wanted to do this video live so I could hear from you guys and kind of get your opinions on it. So I'm going to scroll back up, start hitting these comments, see how you guys are feeling about this. Oh shit, real quick before I do, just if it stays on pace the way that it is looking right now, Ruggs and Edwards will both be over 1,000 yards by the end of the year. And I will tell you right now, if that shit happens with Waller playing the way he is, Renfro playing the way he is, and we get Josh Jacobs back, there is not a single fucking thing that will hold this team back, and we are going to make a deep playoff run and very possibly make it back to the bowl. All right, let's go and do this. Collins, what's going on, man? Arno, how are you doing? Paul, I'm a Polish lifelong Raiders fan, currently living in Munich in Germany. I really appreciate your takes on the Raiders. Keep it up. Do you really think we can make the big run this season already? Dude, I'm telling you right now, I really do, because if you look at our schedule coming up, We got that Chargers game on Monday night. That is a big-ass game. But even if we end up losing that game, which I don't think we will because that's pretty much like a home game for us, and Gruden has built this team to be able to compete with the Chargers and compete with the Chiefs, and we've proven that we can knock both those teams off. And I really think with the way Carr's playing right now, we're going to go in there Monday night. I do not think that game's going to be an ass-kicking. That game's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be a shootout, and whoever has the ball last is going to end up winning. And I really think the Raiders will end up pulling that one out. After that, you go to the Bears. Justin Fields is a fucking joke, dude. The kid hasn't even broke 100 yards in either game that he's been playing in. So I don't think that's going to be a contest. I know everybody's like, Mac revenge game, but dude, Khalil Mack's kind of gone to shit. I understand if you kind of watch his performance, that whole team's kind of fell apart around him. And honestly, I'm happy to see it, dude. He didn't want to stay on the Raiders. He wanted more money. He chased the money. Now you're paying for it. I've seen that shit happen to so many people. It happened to Mahomes and the Chiefs. They went out and paid Mahomes so much damn money they can't afford an offensive line or a defense anymore, and they're paying the fucking price for it. They deserve that shit. That is not how you build a team. The Rams can do it for some reason just because they keep trading away their first-round picks to bring in these guys for 1 or 2 years, and then they keep rotating them out and just keeping that real small core that they have. But being able to do that, it's few and far between that you can pull that shit off. And then we play the Broncos. I understand the Broncos are 3-0 right now, but the Broncos haven't played a real damn team yet. And I guarantee you the Broncos got a damn good shot at losing next week to the Ravens. And then after that, they end up... I don't know their whole schedule, but then 2 weeks after that, they end up playing us, and they're going to lose that damn game too. And then the Broncos will really start to show their true colors. I understand Teddy Bridgewater is kind of leading that team and turning it around a little bit, but they're not them. They're not that team. As far as the AFC West is shaking out, they're going to end up being at the bottom. The Chiefs will be behind them. The Chargers will be 2, and then we'll be sitting on top of this damn thing, hopefully getting that first round bye, and I'll take that shit all damn day. Pizza, what's going on, dude? I hope you guys are having fun. Savage, what's good? Callie, how are you doing, man? Jeff, 3-0, baby. Scott, what's going on? Bob, the Chiefs live in our basement. Oh, man, that kills me, dude. You should have finished that game in the 4th, but besides that, we should have finished that game in the 4th. And in all honesty, if Carlson would have hit that kick, we would have finished that game in the 4th. What's up, Joku? Solomon Thomas leading the team in sacks. You're damn straight he is, DeMarcus, and I am happy as shit to see that. But what I was more happy to see was Jefferson getting in there and getting a sack this last. That's true interior pressure, man. Phylon getting in there and lighting it up on a couple plays. That interior pressure is what frees up everything else. Mad Max was getting held that entire damn game. That was completely pissing me off. 4 different players have 200 yards on the Raiders. Chevy, exactly. That is moving the ball around, spreading the ball around, and really getting this team going. Give me 1 second. I took a screenshot of this earlier just because I didn't want to forget the stats on it. Wow. Ruggs has 11 catches for 237 yards, and Edwards has 10 catches for 210 yards. They're both on pace to break 1,000 yards. I will tell you right now, those guys are coming up on their numbers that they placed last season in the first 3 weeks. That's the kind of shit that needs to continue for us to continue rolling through this. Patriots still winning the Super Bowl. Patriots ain't winning shit, dude. It's going to be a few years before they get that thing back on track. James and Leatherwood need to work a lot more. I thought Leatherwood's a hell of a lot like Colton Miller on the opposite end. It's his rookie year. He's a huge body. It's going to take him a year to progress. Thankfully, he's playing that right side instead of that left side like Colton Miller was. And again, dude, losing incognito and losing good, it hurts a guy like Leatherwood on that outside because he doesn't have that help. Now James doesn't have that help. So the right side of that offensive line is a little bit rough, but it's working. It's working enough for Carr to get the ball out of his hand, and that's honestly all we can ask for at this point. Barber is also a better pass protector than Drake. He has, Ardo, I'll give you that, 110%. But now I'm curious to see when Jalen comes back if he's going to end up just taking over that third down role again and taking over Barber's role as that third down back, and what that'll mean as far as the split goes between Drake and between Barber. Our whole D-line was basically Arden Key last night. Man, I'll tell you, dude. Brissett was very elusive. Brissett came out after getting his ass kicked, and he was like, I deserve to be a starter in the NFL. Now, Miami was a damn good team last year. They ended up having more than 10 wins. They ended up making, I think, the wild card last season. So, I mean, you can't take anything away from them. But at the same time, everybody in the NFL is at the NFL level. You cannot take that away from any player that is out there. Every team has the people that can be the difference makers. They came into our house pissed off, trying to set the tone, and they opened up extremely strong. But then by the end, we ended. Honestly, that game kind of went exactly like I thought it was going to be because we started to pull away in the second half, but then we left it open for a second, so that kind of pissed me off. Arnett and Diablo have me scratching my head. Diablo, I want to see more from. Arnett, I'm willing to let him take a step back, dude. Oh, Greg, how are you doing, man? Dolphins fans complaining that that Crosby was getting held. Dude, if Crosby should file a complaint, like Gruden should file a complaint for Crosby across the damn league. I actually like being put through this crazy adversity early in the season. It might help us get rid of. Oh, dude, those mid-season slumps kill us. They fucking kill us because we'll go on like a 4 or 5 game streak to where we just blow every damn game. Gord, what's going on? Wonder what will happen to the linebacker rotation with Morrow back. I am too, because Perryman's been playing out of his fucking mind. I think he had 14 tackles in this last game. Let me see where he's at. Yeah, he had 14 total tackles. Littleton had 10 total tackles. People need to get off my ass about Littleton. I knew he was going to be playing a lot better, but if Perryman wasn't on this team, Corey Littleton would be leading this team in tackles. He's playing a hell of a lot faster, a hell of a lot stronger. I knew he would be, but I'm really curious to see, because Perryman seems like he's earned that starting spot. He is calling this defense. He is putting people in the right spots, and it's honestly been looking incredibly damn good. So I don't think Morrow's going to play a backup role to it. I'm just curious to see if they get into some different packages. And honestly, like, Morrow coming back could open up that 3-4 for us. And if I see that, I will be so damn happy, because you guys know how much I love that defense. Oh, shit, where was I? Joku Hobbs is the third corner. He really, he's the second corner. Dude, I would love to see Hobbs. I was talking about her. Amik Robertson, he's the person that I want to see kind of take Arnett's spot. I want to see Amik go ahead and get his shot. I know I didn't say his name at the very start of this video because I spaced it for a minute, but I just kept rolling with it, so that is what it is. But I want to see Amik get the shot over Arnett and just kind of see how he does, man. He deserves it. He's been on the team. He understands the defense. It seemed like Gus really liked him as far as through camp and everything. He ended up making the roster, so I don't know, give him a shot, because I did not like at all what I'm seeing out of Arnett right now, and it's totally pissing me off. Hobbs, I just want to continue to see working him into that nickel package. I don't think he's no, man. Oh, man, I want to see Hobbs on the field as much as damn possible. I will give you that. Just ordered my Ruggs the third jersey. Was going for Edwards first, but they didn't have my size. Oh, Ricardo, that sucks. I honestly thought about getting into one of these receivers' jerseys. I think I'd honestly lean more towards Edwards. Big Drox, what's going on? 4-0. Dude, Monday night is huge for us. James, what's good, dude? Road to 17-0. Until we lose one, I'm not taking anything off the map. Did you see the Donkeys stole it? David Moore, which sucks? Yeah, dude. And did you see that the fucking Chiefs signed Gordon today? Which he's going to have to pass his physical and everything. But they're like, can the Chiefs get any better? Yeah, dude. Andy Reid's in the hospital and you just signed a drug addict. Good luck to you. I hope that shit works out. Should have went out and signed yourself your offensive lineman back, because right now you're looking like shit. Renfro getting it done. Renfro's playing out of his damn mind right now, dude. And I'm loving that. He's really, I talked about him all through the offseason, like being more involved in the offense, not just being third and Renfro. He is living up to every single second of that. 3 great pass defenses got destroyed by Carr because they can't cover Waller and Renfro and Edwards. No, they can't. There is no way. There is not a defense. You can cover them, but you have to single up on them. And as soon as you start singling up on these guys, Carr's going to see it before the snap, and he's going to exploit you. Ruggs showing out with 2 impressive grabs. Dude, when he went up over that all-pro cornerback and just snatched that ball out of the air, landed on the ground, jumped up real quick and spun that shit, you knew he was totally into this game. Artie Mack, dude, it's good to see you, man. Let's get that squeaky chair action. Miguel, you know that's right. I've been working on the squeaky chair. I oiled this shit up a little bit, but it's still got a little squeak. It's part of me, dude. I thought it was a trap game, but our team was resilient. That's it. A lot of people thought this, because it's always a time when the Raiders kind of break down. Either week 3 or week 4, you end up getting that big blowout lot. No, we stayed true to it, man. We kept riding through, and then we ended up getting that win when it mattered the most, and it was truly, it almost gave me a damn heart attack, and I did not want to see it go to overtime. But then when it did go to overtime, Carr stayed settled in. The offense stayed settled in. We ended up hitting Edwards for that giant shot down the field. And the next thing you know, Carlson's kicking a little chip shot for us to get our fucking 3rd win in a row, dude. And I will take a W in that column any damn way we can get it. Well, Turkey, man, it's been a minute. How are you doing, man? Escobar, If Arnett's doing bad, let's go for Sherman. Nah, dude. No, I'm done with his ass, dude. Cool ass Raiders beard, Joker. Going total silver and black, dude. Until I have like a business meeting or something, I gotta go for that just for men and dial this shit up a little bit. You get the silver and black beard. Caleb, how are you doing? Hey, I was more worried about Brissett than Tua. We got a chance with these stupid penalties, and oh god, dude. I'll tell you right now. I was worried about this game having Tua in there. But then after we played week 1 against Lamar, I was like, shit, dude, if we can contain Lamar, you can contain Tua. But Jacoby, I think, just brought an element that we were not expecting at all. You see that injury, and then all of a sudden you have 1 week to prepare for Jacoby, and then not really understanding what kind of offense they're going to run, having him in. I think he played a hell of a game. I'm not going to take anything away from him. He's a backup quarterback. I've seen backup quarterbacks take over a team, play the Raiders the next week, and then blow us out of the fucking water, and I did not want to see that shit again. And I thought that was a real possibility in this game. But you're right. We stayed resilient. We fought hard, and it's something that this team didn't have in the past, dude. Hey, Joku, just keep swaggering boisterous. Joey, man, I appreciate you. Dominic, what's up, Joku? Damn it. Damn light again. I'm going to have to figure out a new spot for that thing. It is driving me nuts. Why don't you pay the running backs? We didn't need Drake. I said it from day one. Barber looks better than him running and receiving. Dominic, I was really excited about having the aspect of 2,000 yards backs on this team. And I really think that there's a shot once Josh Jacobs gets back and him and Drake are kind of going in that 1-2 punch. I'm curious to see, because something has to happen between Rashard and Barber at that point. Who ends up winning that third spot once both these guys are healthy? Because you know Alec Ingold's ass isn't going anywhere. And we're not going to end up carrying 5 backs on a weekly basis into game time decisions. One of those dudes is going to end up being a scratch if all of them stay on the roster. That's going to be something we really do have to watch for. Who pushed the slow-mo button in the 4th and goal and that allowed, dude, man, I'll tell you, when he started scrambling and I was like, that dude had him lined up. He had one juke move and that dude was like 2 steps in the opposite direction. He ended up just running forward and punching it in. I almost broke some shit. I'm not even going to lie. I was at work watching it. I had like 8 or 9 pizzas to make and I was just standing there watching the game. The dude standing next to me, he's like, are you gonna start making these? I was like, not until this damn play is over. These people can wait. I have to see what happens with this. And then he did. He punched it in, and I was just started shaking my head, dude. Like, what the hell? Miguel, we are beating the top-ranked defenses with terrible first halves, bad O-line, no running game. Let that sink. That's what I'm saying, dude. Once we start getting these pieces back, the teams that we are knocking off, and I'm loving the fact that they've all been AFC teams because it's only pushing us higher and higher up in these rankings. And a team like the Broncos is not going to stick around with us. A team like the Chargers, if we knock them off in this Monday night game, that's a huge advantage for us moving forward, like just through this season. What's up with James? Ball snaps in the high. It's funky looking. Dude, Callie, I don't know. I really do not know what is going on with him. I really thought he was going to end up being okay. I talked about it so many times. I really thought he was going to settle in and be just fine. It's not looking good. Like, I don't know if it is time to go ahead and put Martin in there or if we just continue to stick with Andre James. My gut tells me we're going to stick with Andre James as far as it's concerned right now. Fun fact, this is the first time in NFL history a team has started 3-0. Yes, dude, that is a straight fact. The team has started 3-0 against 3 teams that had 10 wins in the previous season. That is 100% true, dude. First time, NFL history. Raiders making history once again. Oh, Zeph, how are you doing, dude? What's some keys to victory for beating the Chargers? Dude, I will break that whole video down in probably a couple days. I love doing those. DocsENT wouldn't answer why he wouldn't do a video with you. Super chatted him just to ask it and everything. Blake, it's a long-ass story that I'm not even going to get into. I'm just going to leave it. I wish that dude the best of luck, but you will probably never see us do a show together. We got our own issues with each other, and I'll just... If you follow both of our channels, like since the very start of this shit, you would understand it. But if you don't, like, I'm not doing this shit to start any kind of shit. Like the heart that our team showed in this game, dude, me too. Because this is one of those fucking games we would have blown in the past, dude, and we didn't. We stuck with it and we fought through. If we all do get better and healthier week by week, we are unstoppable. Issues, what's going on, dude? It's not a matter of us just being unstoppable. It's just a matter of us we're winning these games without all the depth that we've talked about before. And now that we're going to be getting these depth pieces back, like oh shit, sorry, man. One, it's going to pose a lot of different questions just as far as like who's going to end up taking a back seat, who's going to end up getting bounced off the team. Is a dude like Javen White even going to have a spot on this team, or is he going to end up going practice squad once he gets healthy again? Those are good-ass problems to have, dude. It shows that you have some serious depth, and the fact that we are winning these things, it is what it is, man. It's loving this, dude. 130 people in Vegas with new heart conditions. You're damn straight, dude. I almost called my doctor to get some medication. Michael, how are you doing, dude? Glad you're making it out. Lucha, what's going on? Mullen looks like a Pro Bowl corner. It's going to be his year, dude. I have no doubts about Mullen. I knew he was going to end up having a good-ass year, and he definitely is. Yannick is a monster. Just a matter of time before he has a multi-sack game. Yannick, you're seeing it, dude. He's getting a ton of double teams, and then Max is drawing some double teams. That is the reason you are seeing this interior pressure open up. As long as we can keep that interior pressure on this defensive line, and they have to eventually stop double teaming one of these guys, you're going to see these guys. I mean, you've already seen it in the past with Mad Max, but you're going to see it with Yannick too. He's going to go off and just shred a team and be the difference maker. Colton Miller is a stud. Hayward is a stud. I love this Carr. I love this scheme. Carr MVP. Yeah, dude, all these damn Carr haters that have been trolling me for like 3 years, where the hell are you? Because I've not heard a damn peep out of you since this season has started. Come at me. Come at me and tell me why my number one quarterback in the NFL is not the man, because his ass is, and he is clutch as shit, and he has proven it twice to you already this season, and his ass has already dropped over 1,200 yards. Like, that's insane, dude. Sean, what's going on, man? I'm glad you can make it to the show. Are some of us too quick to trash players only after 3 games? Look, I'm not trashing them, dude. It's just a matter of just wanting to see more from him. Like, Andre James looks so damn good. We've all had question marks about Arnett coming off last season, and it's just kind of carried into this season. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I knew he was injured. His hand was all jacked up. He lost a good bit of weight. And then he came back into this season. He was all fixed up. His thumb was better. He had put his size back on. Everybody was expecting some big things out of him. And I haven't seen it yet. I just want to see, if he's not doing it, you have a player in Lemeek Robertson you give a shot to see if he can go out there and do it. That's all I'm saying. Especially if they're playing that 3rd or 4th cornerback spot. The Raiders were worst enemy is the Raiders. If we are going to make the playoffs or make the Super Bowl Super Bowl appearance, we need to clean up the penalties. We did. We had a shit ton of penalties. I think it was like 8 for over 100 yards. Reduce the late start from the offense and capitalize on opportunities. ISOCal, there's not a single thing you said right there that is not 100% true. Flinko, how are you doing, man? Andre James better be practicing snapping in his backyard. He better be snapping that shit. Like, he better have Derek Carr over at his house, just doing that every single day, or snapping through a tire hung from a tree like they do in the movies. Or some of you, or that's my bad. Andre James, high snaps, dude, and then just getting bowled over. Like, he got bulldozed in that game twice. Perryman just needs to stay healthy. Issue, I'm right there with you. As long as he can stay healthy, if we can have Perryman, Morrow, KJ Wright, and Littleton all on the field at the same fucking time, that is going to be a defense that is going to give some teams some serious, serious headaches. That 4th and 20 was caught on Diablo, but I'll give him a pass. These dudes are young, and Jacoby got for Jacoby had so much damn time on that play, but still, you cannot give up 4th and 20. At some point, you got to keep that shit underneath you. But part of that's on the defensive line because they did get the pressure. Jacoby ended up getting free, and you give Jacoby, I mean, that dude's fast as shit. You give him a little bit of time. You give him his receivers time to kind of make that one extra move, which that tight end was able to do. He put it right over Diablo's head, and it was sad, but it is what it is. Sergeant, how are you doing, man? I hope they don't change people out too quick as they come back. We are rolling up that. I'm right there with you, Sarge. Do not fuck with this. Everything is working right now. You are clicking on both sides of the ball. I love Morrow just as much as you guys do, but if Morrow's not going to come in there and give me 14 total tackles throughout a game, I don't want to see him hit the field. No, don't get me wrong. I do want to see him hit the field, but I don't want to see it. I want him to be the spell to Perryman, and then just kind of slowly start working him in to see who kind of takes that spot over. Yeah, good point on that. Alexander, how are you doing? Crazy how we've been telling everyone to give Derek a competitive effing defense, and look at him leading the damn league in yards. Give him the ball. Give him the ball more than he was getting at the past couple seasons, and let him show you exactly what he can do when he has those opportunities. Business for cardiologists is booming in Vegas. Hey, Sus, how are you doing, man? Healthy Jacobs and Incognito mid-season. That makes the push. That will be. If they come back both mid-season completely healthy and they're ready to make this push, and the Raiders are sitting at like 6-2, 7-2, somewhere in that span, because I only see us dropping like 1 or 2 games before we get to that point. Dude, that'll be the push. That'll be what we need to make that final push, especially if this defense stays healthy. Corey Littleton played like a beast. Corey Littleton has played like a beast since this season has started, man. And I was happy to see it because I talked him up so much, and I've already had to eat crow on a few players that I talked up, that I did not talk up, that have really surprised me, and a few that just really shit the bed on me. Well, I actually caught you live. Sonny, what's going on, dude? I'm glad you did make it to the live. You always hit me up in the comments. Thank you, dude. Do you see Ha Clinton Dix getting in the rotation next week against the Chargers? Yes, I do. And I will tell you this. Ha Clinton Dix was not the problem with the Bears defense. That came down to a money issue with them. I think that he still has like one good season left in the tank as far as being a rotational piece. I think the sooner that we bring him onto this roster and start working him into it, the more comfortable he will be with it. I think by the mid-season, towards the end season, you're going to see him on the active roster just as a depth piece, but you're going to end up seeing him make a few plays for us. I don't know if it's going to be against the Chargers. I think that's going to come down to the injury report. But as far as that safety position goes, if Dalen Levitt's still going to be banged up, Gillespie hasn't done too much, but he really hasn't had the opportunities. But I think you could see Ha working in there. I like a big physical corners who aren't scared to tackle. Arnett just needs to continue to develop. That's what I'm saying. Just give him a little bit more time to develop. There's no reason to keep rushing him into it, especially if things aren't really working out for him too well. Crosby was getting held more. Dude, I'm telling you right now, that was pissing me off. Like 7 or 8 times. It was like wide open, just blatant holding calls. Raiders all day, baby. Jesse, you're damn straight about that. I thought you were falling backwards in your chair. No, dude, I got this fucking light set up for my green screen behind me, and I swear every time I scoot forward, because like my eyes mess up on a comment, I'll hit my knee on the damn thing, and this whole little process comes falling in my face. DC has been on fire. I think it's been giving the average defense a Carr a few more positions, and we see what we can do. Now looking at everyone saying what's true, Raider fans have been saying for years. Thank you, Juan. Thank you very much. Because I got to a point, dude, like really towards the end of last season, because I've been making videos and cutting these lives for a few years now, and people would be like just shitting on this team, and I was like, dude, is this not your team? Like, at least have like some kind of faith in them or something. Mad respect for the special teams, defensive line, and the young receiver corps. Also freaking out positively about DC4 reaching 1,200 yards in 3 games. Likely not to happen if Jacobs were healthy. Sonny, that's what I've been saying. I do not want to see Jacobs come back and this offense try to adjust at all. Just make Jacobs part of the offense the way that it's running right now, and it'll continue to roll on, dude. We trade Nick Kwiatkowski, which would be surprising because he was one of the best linebackers from last year, but doesn't fit Gus Bradley's scheme, and Perryman is balling out. Ardo, that would not shock me. I am not going to lie to you. I think out of all the linebackers out there, I think Nick would be the person that would be on the trade block. And you saw him kind of take a backseat to Perryman right off the bat. And with Morrow coming back, it's going to leave him in kind of a weird spot of just playing special teams. And he does have a ton of value to a lot of defensive coordinators in the NFL. I think that's a very real possibility. That's a damn good call. Do we start thinking about drafting running backs between the 2nd and 3rd round next year? No. I don't think. With the age level of Josh Jacobs and Drake, and honestly Richard not Perryman, sorry. Peyton Barber, I really don't think it will be an issue. I think you might see all these dudes end up riding through next season, especially depending on how this season goes, having everybody in there. The hell did I do that? Oh, Fockasy, what's going on, dude? Carr playing out of his mind. That our young receiver core is doing great. Our secondary has been a super nice surprise, and the pressure we're getting from our D-line is good to be 3-0. Dude, it's the best damn feeling. And I know a lot of people, last time the Raiders went 3-0 was 2002. We ended up making it to the Super Bowl. Make it to the Super Bowl again and have that same matchup, and we kick the shit out of the Bucs. I'll be one of the happiest dudes on the planet. Need to give a nod to the young, inexperienced, that haven't played very much. The offensive line, not perfect. Dude, I will tell you, and it has not been perfect. And it seems like they're cleaning it up every week. And keep a close eye on Simpson, man. I really think that kid's going to end up turning the corner. Blue, what's happening, dude? What's up, Joku? I'm so worried about James. I told people Ohio State quarterbacks can't play in the NFL. Man, we just have to see what happens. It's not the adjustment I've been looking for. 4 players in pace to get a 1,000-yard season. Caleb, yes, I was talking about that earlier. You're 100. I'll take it, dude. If all 4 of those dudes break 1,000, then this offense is fucking breaking records. Arnett isn't mentally built for the NFL. Too many mental lapses. I can't argue that, Oakland fan. 77, what's going on? Yeah, Chiefs, dude. Chiefs are looking like solid right now. Like solid as shit. I wanted a running back drafted this year. So did I. I really did. But then when we ended up bringing on Regas, I was pretty happy about that. We still got Groshek sitting on our practice squad. I really like that kid, but I think he's just kind of a reserve in case Ingold goes down. But I don't want to see us bring in another huge running back. I think once Josh Jacobs gets healthy, if he can stay healthy through the remainder and like finish out this season healthy and then move into next season, I think it'll be okay. But if he keeps getting banged up, dude, that'll be 3 years in a row that kid has missed multiple games due to injury. And at some point, you have to start looking the other way on it. Diablo got smoked on that long run as well. He did. I don't know about KJ Wright. He has his game scenes. See, Perryman has put in the linebacker. Littleton played also better last weekend too. He did. And KJ Wright, I'm still not 100% sold on. I've talked about him when he first came on. I know a lot of people were excited about him. I was way more excited about Perryman, but he had the injury issues. If he's staying healthy, you can see now exactly what he can do. KJ Wright looked like he had lost a step to me. If KJ Wright ends up taking over one of those outside spots, I don't think you move Perryman, but I don't think Mauro can play one of those outside spots. So it kind of puts us in a weird situation. What's up, Joku? You think we'll beat the Cowboys? Yes, I do. I'm not going to lie. I do think we go in and kick the shit out of the Cowboys. I think that's the Thanksgiving game, if I'm not mistaken. Cowboys always play good on Thanksgiving, but I think at that point, this team's going to be rolling. There's going to be so much hype behind that game. And if Derek Carr continues to play at the level he's playing, there's very few teams that I think right now will be able to stop us unless it's just where like we end up killing ourselves. I don't want a mediocre linebacker for sure. No, I do not. Edgar, what's up, man? How are you doing? Virtual high fives with 3-0. Da-da-da. Dude, and you saw that shit, dude. The media is all over our backs right now, except for Stephen A. Smith, the biggest dipshit in the world, who's still saying that we're not for real. Everybody else is completely sold out on this Raiders team after that Miami win. Stephen A., you can kiss my ass, dude. Can't slack in the AFC West. Kansas City set the bar high. They forced everyone in our division to get better and to get good and compete. Bottom line, Kansas City is dead last place in our division. Exactly, dude, because they misspent their money. That's the reason. I took a screenshot. It felt good seeing them struggling. I actually had a screenshot pulled up on here, and I ended up taking it down just because it ended up coming out blurry. Sucks for Nick. He was good for us last year. It does suck for him, and I don't want to see him go. I think there's still a spot for him on this team. I think much like a dude like Hankins, where you bring him in and just like true running situations, Nick could fill that role. And if he's filling that role on special teams, I will take that. But then you're kind of coming down to, do you want Javen White or do you want Nick Wachowski? And if you can get some value for Nick Wachowski, which I really think you could, I think you could honestly end up getting a third or fourth for him. I don't think the Raiders would hesitate on pulling that trade. Are the Raiders in top in the stand? Dude, like our offense, if I'm not mistaken, we have the number one offense in football right now. Our running game is 24th ranked, and our defense is in the top 10 as it sits right now. And if you're into PFF score grades, which I am not at all, these dudes are scoring off the fucking chart like week in and week out. Through 3 games, we're killing time of possession with Carr killing it too. Dude, we did. We beat them last week by, I want to say, 8 minutes. And if you can put up these numbers and have the ball spread around as much as we're spreading around and still win time of possession, dude, you're doing good. I'm eating crow since Ruggs has been balling out. I've been critical of his play, but enjoying the 3-0 crow. That's what I'm saying. It's the same. I got a big-ass bowl of it sitting in front of me for Barber. Holding all day. John Gruden. Dude, I will tell you, Peter, John Gruden's play calling, I don't know if it's because we don't have Josh Jacobs right now, has looked 100% better. At least Lawson is gone. Oh, damn day, dude. Scheme doesn't fit Nick. He is too slow. We move the... Yes. Yeah, ISO, that's 100% right, dude. We waived Regas. Trey, I talked about that at the start, man. I was pretty pissed off about that. But I really think he's going to clear waivers, and then he'll be back in our practice squad. I don't see anybody rushing out there to pick him up because nobody's in, like, true dire need of, like, a second or third running back right now. It just pisses me off because I wanted to see him get a shot. But with Jalen Richard coming back, I understand why we do it. See you in Las Vegas, Raiders. You're damn straight. 77. Get out there in one of those games. I've never been so mad over it. I wanted them to kick their ass, dude. But then if you look at it, like with Tua or without Tua, that was still a damn good team last season. That's still one of the better defenses in football right now. And Carr shredded it, dude. He shredded it for over almost 400 yards again. We beat the Chargers next Monday. Nate, I will do my whole Chargers show, but I'm going to say yes. I think that's a very pivotal game, just as far as like putting us by ourselves at the top of the AFC West, being 4-0, knocking off all AFC teams and then one team in our division. Plus those games are like home games for us, and it's the fact that we are 3-0. You're damn straight that Raider Nation has taken over that entire damn stadium. We paying out the ass for tickets just to make sure we're the only ones in the building, and we win that game. I'm telling you, we win that game. It's been suggested that Farrell will be traded, but I am still all in on his versatility, even if his depth piece plays so hard against the run and is setting the edge. Sonny, I do not want to see Farrell traded off this team. I know there's a lot of people that do, but I really think that kid has a ton of upside, dude. He's a natural leader. He can play the inside and the outside. He's still young as shit. I want to see him stick around. Yeah, F Stephen A. Both of you guys are right. True mainstream media is on the bandwagon now. I'm not sure if I like that. You sure as hell aren't used to it, but they are. They're all on the bandwagon. Only reason I like it is just because I get extra Raiders coverage. They've been talking about them. And when the Raiders are doing good, at least in my area, the games are more televised, and I will take that shit all damn day so I don't have to watch it through the Discord. And quick shout out to Raider Scout and his Discord, because if it wasn't for you guys sharing those links, I would not be able to catch these games in live mode unless they were televised out here in Georgia. So props to Raider Scout. If you don't follow his Discord, definitely go check that shit out. That wide receiver we got from the Seahawks and the practice squad just got picked up by the Broncos. J-Dog, you are right. I totally spaced that dude's name, but yes, he is on the Broncos now. And I guess he has to go there for 3 weeks, so he'll be on their active roster for a minute. We'll see what he did have. Jacobs is another Mcfadden. Jerry, I hope you're wrong about that, but everything's lining up like you're right. Sup, Joku? How do you feel about the ESPN Derek Carr bandwagon? I personally feel Derek and the Raiders offense was better last year. I feel like the only thing that has changed is our defense is playing. I don't know. So I will tell you, the way that Derek Carr is playing, right, the numbers that he's putting up in this passing game are like fucking crazy. He's setting franchise records. The Raiders are breaking like NFL records. It's something that you cannot, I don't know. I don't agree with that, honestly. I really think that if the Raiders just continue with what they're doing right now, you start working Josh Jacobs into this mix instead of Barber. If Barber can go for 113 and a touchdown on the carries that he's getting, Josh Jacobs is going to be able to do probably 25% better than that. And then you still have Carr slinging this ball around. There's very few teams that can stop us. What a game yesterday. Art, what's going on, man? I'm glad you could make it out. Mcfadden flashbacks with Jacobs. Don't jinx that kid, man. Do not jinx that damn kid. Toe injuries are rough, man. I don't know. I've broke a toe before, and that shit put me down. Considering Wright's age and Perryman's injury history, thinking it would be a mistake to trade Nick Kay until you have a solid replacement. And that's the thing. Like, is Morrow that replacement, though? That's what I'm saying. Like, if Morrow's that replacement, and then you have Littleton, and you have KJ on the outside, and then you have Javen White coming back, and he's that kind of substitute replacement guy. I don't know. One of those dudes, either way, has to get off the team, just because we're going to have, once they comes back off IR, you got to free up a roster spot. Curious to see, dude. The stadium looks beautiful out there. Dude, I've seen so many pictures of that damn stadium. I want to be there so damn bad. We beat the Ravens. There isn't a team in the league we can't beat. Thank you very much, because that Ravens team, I don't care if they didn't have their running backs. They still fucking had Lamar. They still had their defense. They still had Marquise Brown and all their wide receiver threats, and we stuck toe-to-toe with them, dude, and we knocked their asses off. You know who couldn't do that? The Chiefs. I don't think our defense is ready. Too many open receivers all day. Same dumb penalties going to cost us. I think towards the end of that game, we were like, and I hate this damn defense, because the Raiders have done it for so long, and I didn't want to see Gus Bradley do it. They get into that bend, don't break, let everything kind of come inside of you, and make sure you make the tackle, but it allows teams to march down the field, and you get into one of those situations to where it's Jacoby making a move on fourth down, and then all of a sudden he's in the end zone, and then they're running a little flare route right in Damon Arnett's face for the extra 2-point conversion to get into the house. It's that kind of shit that tears me apart, man. Nate, how are you doing? Now, do you think the Ravens put an end to the Broncos? BS hype. Dude, I'm telling you right now, the Ravens are going to mop the fucking floor with the Broncos. It's going to be like a beating. Like, if you have players on your fantasy team for the Ravens, stick them in that next game, because they're going to get took. Like, it's going to be bad. Steven Smith's a hater. He always has been, dude. You could also use Defu Sports in the App Store. Samoan Raider uses it. Stumbling, I appreciate that. John Gruden, no practice until Thursday. Hope Mullen was okay. I do too. He kept coming into the game and then leaving the game after he kind of got banged up with Trayvon and that possible interception in the back of the end zone. And then he came back into the game. He ended up taking a hit. And honestly, at first I thought his shoulder was dislocated, but it seemed like it was kind of more in his stomach. Hopefully he's all right. We need him. We definitely need him on the field. You lose him, Hayward becomes your number 2, and then Arnett's all of a sudden your number 3. At that point, I don't want to see. I want to see somebody else out there if they're starting the game. I want to shoot Scout a donation, and his game streams continue. M85, dude. Just support that kid. I know he's on Twitter. I don't know this kid personally at all. I just know him because of this Discord. I've never met him before. I've never even seen him. But I do know a part of his Discord. I know that everybody in there has been super cool to me. So if there's some way I can do something for that kid, please let me know because he really has helped me out. That light mishap was in 3D. I almost threw my... Dude, that light mishap sucked. That's the second show in a row that shit's happened to me. I had turf toe for about 6 years now. See, Benson, that shit has laid you out, dude. Oakland fan, thanks for putting it in the... Oh, man, I love putting in this work. I just love getting to this point of the shows where it's just us bullshitting back and forth. We're at Raiders Scouts link, and you think we should bring up Morrissey? No, I do not think we should bring up Morrissey. Links... I will put it on my next live show. I'll just kind of put it on the screen so everybody can go to it. Gruden being careful with Jacobs. Remember how he ran Cadillac Williams into the ground in Tampa? He had no knees left. DeMarcus, that is 100% true. But at the same time, Josh Jacobs has been banged up so many damn times. I just want to see him stay healthy. That's all I want to see out of that kid. When will we ever have a game where I can lean back in the fourth quarter and enjoy a blowout? Bears, maybe. That Bears game is a very real possibility. I do not see Fields all of a sudden turning it on and lighting some shit up. That offense is struggling more than any other that I've seen in the NFL right now. Oh, happy Hawaii, what's going on, dude? Just won, baby. You're damn straight. Oh, Chris, how are you doing, man? Glad you could make it out. Hope you and your boy are doing good. Right now, I'm more worried about the Chargers than the Chiefs. I am too. I'm not going to lie to you. Quick segment. Do you think Josh Jacobs makes his return to Monday night versus San Diego Chargers? Raiders run to LA, and how important is it to have Josh Jacobs for this Monday night in our backfield? I don't think it's that important, to be completely honest. I would love to have him back. I'm not going to lie to you, but I think with the way this offense is working right now, the way the play calling that it's being set up right now, that's the exact style of game that you have to be able to play against the Chargers, to where you are legitimately going back-to-back scores. You get 1 or 2 turnovers from your defense, and you can get the score to where all of a sudden you're on top. You have a legitimate shot at winning that game, because I will tell you, the Chargers defense is pretty damn good on paper and in real life. Their offense, they're putting up points. Mike Williams is playing out of his fucking mind, and he is a huge, big-bodied receiver. And we have to be able to hang with him. You got to be able to go toe-to-toe. It's just like the damn Ravens game. Like right before the half, dude. 4th and 20 sucked. You can't let that. No, you cannot give up 4th and 20s like that. True Chargers look good, but we got this. Raiders home game. That's the thing. The fans are going to end up being a big part of that game. Is it odd that I have more anxiety about facing the Chargers than I did going against the Ravens and the Steelers? No, dude, because they are a true AFC West opponent. This is a chance for us to put ourselves another step ahead. Are you bummed that we didn't blow out the Fins? How's the fishing? Dude, I was a little bit pissed about it, but a W in that column is a W in that column. I will take that shit any way I can get it. As far as the fishing goes, I just got back from Alabama. I was doing some surf fishing. I got some awesome footage that I'm hopefully going to be able to put together and post out in the next few days. Drake is a receiver. J-Dog, he is a receiver, but he was also a 1,000-yard back last season. All I'm saying is give that kid a shot at running the ball in some of these plays. But, I mean, when you got a dude rushing for 100 yards and a touchdown, you can't really argue that. Is it going to be a battle in L.A.? Got to bring that Vegas magic to L.A. I'm going down. I'm down for another overtime. Dude, if I get another overtime victory, I don't know if my shit will hold up. I've never been convincing win because Gruden's too conservative and the defense is too soft, never blitz. Once we get the lead, Gruden acts stupid. Gruden does get conservative, but at the same time, we haven't had the opportunity for him to sit back. Like we did in that Miami game, and you saw flashes of it to where he did start to sit back and try to work that time of possession game, and you could tell that Carr just wanted to keep pushing the ball down the field. I've said this, dude, and I've said it so many fucking times that I'm almost sick of saying it. You have to be able to keep your foot on the gas in the NFL. You have to continue to put up points. There is no more sitting back in a passing league and just kind of grinding the game out unless you're like 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. And even that shit, dude, doesn't always work out for you. You saw it twice. You saw it in that Green Bay San Fran game. You saw it when the Raiders played the Ravens. Like, you can't do it. Which jersey should I get, Ruggs or Edwards? I'd get Edwards, dude. My personal opinion, I'd get Edwards. I think that kid's going to end up shocking a lot of people before the end of the season. That FUBAR game is just what they needed. This team has shown it can... Yeah, yes, thank you, dude. Jimmy, perfect. Did Diablo do anything? He got burned twice. I only noticed him because of the number 5. Yeah, he got burned on that 4th and 20, and he got burned on a run play. But he's still young, dude. And, like, that kid, he needs some time to progress. Came in at the end. What did I miss? Martin, pretty much the whole damn show because I'm about to wrap this thing up. So until next time, guys, I'm Son Joku. Thank you very much for checking this out. I really do appreciate it. I do have to get up and get the kids off to school in the morning. I'll be back in the next day or two to start this Chargers breakdown and just kind of see exactly what the keys to victory are going to be. And I just really want to break down their offense and their defense just because I do think they have a ton of talent on both sides of the ball. And as far as them compared to the Chiefs, their offensive line and defensive line is 1,000 times better on both sides of the ball. This is going to be a hell of a game, so I really want to take a day or two to really make sure I have all this breakdown information correct. So until then, I'm Son Joku. Thank you. Click that like button on your way out. It really does help me out. If you have not subbed yet, click that sub button. You don't have to give me shit. It just kind of helps me with YouTube and